butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. Welcome to another video from Cardboard East. My name is Jay. I play board games from Asia and share what I find with all of you. Today, we're going to talk about Rainbow. I'm going to do a brief unboxing of the game, teach you how to play, and give you my general impressions of what I think about this game. I mean, that's what impressions are. But first, if you like what you see here and you want to see more Cardboard East, please like and subscribe down below. If you want to help the channel grow even more, please consider joining our Patreon. I've redesigned all the tiers so you could have your name at the end of all the Cardboard East videos. You can see their weekly exclusive vlogs, or you can even enter to win a monthly board game giveaway lottery where one player will walk away with a brand new board game. On to the show! Now before we go into the tutorial, let's take a quick look at the components. It's a deck of cards. Pretty simple. But I do also want to point out the artwork, because the artwork is fabulous. You have this nice rainbow back to the cards, but the front of the cards is really something special. And this is the deck. It's the numbers 1 through 6, and they appear 10 times in the deck. So 10 ones to 10 sixes. Now I love how there's fruit, rainbows, and unicorns in the game, and I love that it creates this nice panoramic picture. But the one thing that I do want to talk about more than anything else is the fact that this unicorn's got shoes. Oh yeah! Here we are in a 3-player game. You have the Demon Lord, Link, and Ravage. You're going to take cards equal to the player count, let's say 3, and then you're going to put them at the center of the table, and you're going to put them in ascending or descending order. So 6, 5, 4. Then you're going to deal out cards to all the players. In a 3-player game, you're going to deal out 14 cards. Once you get your cards in hand, you feel free to organize them any way you want. Really doesn't matter. Then we'll have a starting player. Let's say it'll be the Demon Lord. Now there's 3 different types of hands that you can play in the game. You can play a single card, so for example, a single 5. You can play multiples, so for example, a pair of 3s, a 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 5 of a kind, 6 of a kind, how many you want, multiples. Next, you could play a run, and a run could be a minimum of 2 cards, so 3, 4, or you could do a full, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if that was really what you wanted to do. These are the 3 choices that you have to play. If the starting player played multiples, let's say a pair of 5s, well then everyone must play multiples. So maybe Link here plays a pair of 3s. Now this is really important because in most ladder climbing games, you must play higher. In this one, you don't have to. You can play lower. So the Demon Lord played a pair of 5s and Link played a pair of 3s. But let's say Ravage didn't want to play a pair, or maybe Ravage just doesn't have a pair and Ravage just plays a single card. So there isn't even a must follow in this game. Let's say the Demon Lord wanted to play a run, so 3, 4, 5. Link's turn, he must play a run as well. So he plays a 2, 3. Now when someone does a run, you don't have to even do the same amount of cards. You just have to play a run. Now unfortunately for Ravage, Ravage doesn't even have a run. No pairs, no runs. So Ravage is just going to play a single 5. If you can't play a multiple, then you can still play a single. If you can't play a run, you can still play a single. Or, the Demon Lord can play a single card. So let's say if a single 3, Link sees this and Link's going to play a single 5. And Ravage sees this and Ravage is going to decide, you know what, maybe it's not a single, maybe the whole round is supposed to be a run. And he's going to play a 2, 3. Now, if you play a single, you must play a single, or you could still play a suited run, or you could even play a multiple. So maybe Ravage decides to play a pair of 3s here. The easy way to think about it is that this hasn't really been defined. It's actually always been multiples, but this person just didn't happen to have a pair. Link didn't happen to pair, but Ravage had a pair all along. And that's only possible if you start with a single. So in this example, Ravage got first place, Link got second, and the Demon Lord got third. Next, you're going to look at the cards that were at the center of the table. And if you remember, they were 6, 5, and 4. So Ravage is going to pick one of these cards. Ravage is obviously going to pick the 6, and he's going to put that in his score pile. Link is going to take the 5, obviously, and the Demon Lord is going to take 4. Now, this is actually 6 points. So Ravage picked the 6, he got 6 points. Link picked the 5, Link got 5 points. Demon Lord picked 4, and the Demon Lord got 4 points. But the big twist here is that now the cards that you previously played are all going to become the new center cards. You're going to take the cards and you're going to put them up into pairs if you can. So this pairs of 3s. And here for this example, the new ones are 6, 5, and 3. And then Demon Lord, Link, and Ravage will now play a new round of cards, starting with Ravage because he won the last trick, and playing for these cards. Now, let's say, for example, we played another round and everyone played runs here. Now, when these played cards become the new center cards, you're again going to pair them up. So you have a pair of 6s, you're going to have a pair of 5s, you're going to have a pair of 4s, and they're going to have a lone 3 here. Now, because there are only 3 players, this will just get removed from the game, and now players will be fighting over these. So that'll be 12, 10, and 8 points. What's really fascinating about this is that once one player, let's say the Demon Lord, is out of cards, so that maybe they play this big suited run, well, the game still continues. And he's going to be out of the game. And the Demon Lord, well, they can't play cards anymore. And Link and Ravage are still going to continue playing and still going to be scoring points. And they're going to keep doing this until one of these two is out as well. So maybe Link runs out of cards, and now Ravage is left, and now the game immediately ends. Players are going to take their score pile, add up all the numbers, and whoever had the most points wins. And just like in football, if there is a tie, it's a shared victory. And you could think about how you feel about that. This unicorn's got shoes. I mean, the Zai Beppu art is just, so nice. When you look at the older versions of this game, from the original Rainbow, I believe in 2010, to the Neon, which I believe is 2022, to this Rainbow, you can see the art have that full arch, and it's just so much better. Seeing that the original game just had a nice, very clean rainbow. On this one, you get all this cute Zai Beppu art of unicorns and fruit everywhere, and then now you have unicorns in shoes. I can't get enough of it. I'm sorry. Not sorry. But getting past that, let's do some low-hanging fruits is, yeah, it's okay. It's like another card game. You just play it, you win, you just play whatever, and maybe you go out, and then that's it. Nothing more to it. No, it's a good game. This is a really good game. And let's talk about why. Unlike other ladder climbing games, you don't have to play something higher. In fact, I feel uncomfortable saying it's a ladder climbing game because it's really just a shedding set collection game. Because if someone plays a pair and you got to play a pair or a multiple, I mean, you don't have to play something higher. You can play something lower. And that is just really interesting, how you can decide what you want to play. And sometimes you're just shooting for second place because maybe what's on there on the flop, maybe they're all the same. So it really doesn't matter. You can play low knowing that you're still going to get a good amount of points. The second layer to the game is that you quickly realize how amazing those purple 6s are. They're just, ooh, they're so full of points and it's exciting. But you really need to score them. And it's almost like this chain effect of like you got to play 6s to win 6s. And if you play a 6, you got to make sure you're able to win that 6 in the next hand. So there's this nice little cadence you kind of give yourself. You kind of just make sure that if I play high, I want to make sure I play high again and win those. I can play low and maybe get a few more points. And there's this extra layer there that you don't get in a lot of other games. Another thing that's really interesting about this game is that the ending is player controlled. So depending on like the player count that's there and the number of players that are playing to kind of go out quickly. If 2 players are going out quickly and they can just control the game and they can dictate when the game ends, and maybe that falls in their favor, maybe not. But if one person's doing it and they go out, the other people can just slow the roll, take their time, and then really suck those points in and get all those victory points in. While that one player who went out is just sitting there going, oh, I lost. I lost the game. There's this nice balance of trying to make sure you don't go out too early, but you want to go out early enough. But I really love like gamer decided end game triggers. Like the game doesn't decide, you do, the players do. So it's really fun to see that. And games can, vary in length. Players could just be playing lots of runs, lots of multiples, and therefore the game could end very quickly. Or they could be more conservative and playing lots of singles and pairs, maybe a 2-card run, and the game could last a little longer. So it's interesting to see how much that changes depending on the group that you're in and how you're doing it. And I love that that ambiente kind of style of where if you play a single card, it could actually just be a multiple or it could be a run. That's not specifically decided yet. And I love that you could always play a single. Like you just want to just throw out a 1 or 5 or maybe, a 6 if you're feeling bold and braggadocious. Although it's so difficult to put out a pair of 5s or a pair of 6s knowing that you're skewing the next hand and you're gonna have to make sure that you score those points. So setting yourself up like that and setting other players up is really interesting. And it adds a fun little layer that I'm continuously wanting to explore. And it definitely stands out more than a lot of the other hand shaders out there. Also, for $10, a deck of cards and side beppu art, this is a tremendous deal. So how could I not give this a thumbs up recommendation? So if you see me walking around the street or at a convention and you're like, Jay, let's rainbow it up, I'm gonna be like, let me get my shoes because I'm getting down for this. Just, forgive me if I break it up into song, which I have been known to from time to time. Once again, my name's Jay. I play board games from Asia and share what I find with all of you. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and it definitely will help the channel grow. I'll put a link up here to a video that I think you'll enjoy. See you there.